Guten Tag. My name is London Elektricity, and this is Hospital Podcast edition 419. Here in the UK, we're still in lockdown. I know that in certain parts of Europe, in particular, you've been allowed to go out and do stuff. So much good new music this week. I'm kicking off with this tune. This is absolutely brilliant. It's on Critical. It's by Particle and it's called Business Techno. Absolutely love this. Shouting from Christian Small, who says, "Hi Tony, I hope you're doing well and staying safe." Yes, I am. I wanted to give you two shout outs this week. Recently my family put a sign out on our front door thanking our mailman for continuing to work during the pandemic. Seeing the joy the sign brought him made all of our days and has been keeping us positive. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Kenny and all the other people continuing to work during the pandemic. A million thanks to all of you. I also want to give a shout out to my dad, Joe Hall, who is celebrating his birthday. I appreciate everything you're doing and for bringing me the music that helps me stay positive and present during these trying times. One love. This is so good. I don't want to mix out of it. Okay. Now this is a tune with a little bit of a history. It's by Mountain. It's called Kyoto. And it's coming out on Solvent. I actually A&R'd this because we nearly put this out on Sick Music 2020. But we ended up not doing it. So Solvent are releasing it instead. And now I'm listening to it. I wish we were releasing it. Never mind, it's a wicked tune by a wicked artist. Shouts out to Mountain and to the crew at Solvent. Whoa! Oh yeah! Oh yes, I would say that was a very, very good drop there. That was a boundary. Shouting from Chris Phillips, who says, I'm a long time fan. I'm in Perth in Western Australia, which, if you don't know, is an entirely different country from Australia. Originally from Hythe in the UK. I just thought I'd say that your podcast is a blessing, and I'd love to give a shout out to you, Tony. D&B and your positive words have got through some shit. Big love. FYI, my Mrs. Emma Harris loves you too. I like the way everyone thinks I'm positive all the time, because I'm not. Nah, fuck the lot of ya. And I said that in the most meaningful and loving way. That! Yes, mounting, come on! Absolute tune. Okay, as you know, I've introduced some new features this year, which is a tune we released 20 years ago, a tune we released 10 years ago, and the demo of the week that comes into the hospital demo inbox, which is on the front page of our website. I'm going to play you what we released 20 years ago. And it still sounds really good. It's quite long. It's by Grand Unified, and it's called Music Makes Me Feel This Way.
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, y'all. Clap your hands, yeah. Stomp your feet, y'all. Clap your hands, yeah. Stomp your feet, y'all. Clap your hands, yeah. Stomp your feet, y'all. To the drum and bass beat, y'all. You gotta
20 years. I can't believe it.
Stomp your feet, y'all.
That's when we're starting out.
Yeah. Times of strangers, could you explain to me? Who do you know you spend some time you've been around? I got tired of something, seen it on TV screen. Guess I'm alone and knowing it ain't no dream. Guess I gotta tell ya, salvation is on my way. Sound of a breathing, moving joy, it's a motion music day. Music makes me feel this way. Music make it feel. Music makes me feel this way.
It takes me right back to the Barons Court Road studios when it was just me and Chris and some random intern. And it was just us in this enormous studio that we kind of inherited with a 156 channel DDA inline mixing desk. And this is from the Outpatients 1 compilation. And as was the fashion at the time, drum and bass tunes didn't rush. They didn't hurry. They had no reason to. And I'm hoping that one of the results of lockdown, of people being stuck in their studios and the realisation that there may not be any actual nightclub gigs for potentially years. I'm hoping that's going to stop people trying to make club bangers and encourage people to really experiment with the structures of the D&B that they make.
Telling times of strangers, could you explain to me? Who do you know? You spent some time, you've been around. I got tired of something, seeing on TV screen. Guess I'm alone and knowing it ain't no dream. Yes, I gotta tell ya, salvation is on our way. The sound of a breathing, moving, joy, it's emotion music made. Music makes me feel this way. Music make you feel.
Inspirational music from Grand Unified, all the way from Edinburgh in Scotland. Incoming is the brand new single from Grafix featuring Ruth Royal. It's called Zephyr and it comes out this Friday. Proper summer smasher from Grafix and featuring the amazing Ruth Royal on vocals. She's really, really good. Yes, it's Mefjus and Noisia on Vision. Foundations. Just when you all thought Noisia had gone away, because of what's happened and all the gigs have been cancelled this year, they've decided to do their farewell tour next year, which also gives them lots of time to make some more music, which is good news for all of us. So this is Mefjus and Noisia. It's the final part of the Mefjus Particles series. Massive shout to our Dutch and Austrian colleagues. And Kyoto Musielski, hope I got it right, says, "Hi Tony, today's my birthday and I would like to make a shout please. Since none of my friends like drum and bass, boo, they're not real friends, and there is no chance to celebrate it the proper way, I'd just like to say hello to everyone who is being lonely and stuck at their own home, isolating. So, do good things for yourself and treat with the best possible way you can. And I would like to say thank you to all the drum and bass artists for their streams, their new releases, and you, Tony, for being such a lovely podcaster, and you make my heart melt from time to time." Oh. Stop being such a ninny. Right, okay. Moving on to a tune called Moving Pages. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit rebellious, so if you're really nice to me on a shout, I'm probably going to insult you. Brand new music from Bungle. We love Bungle, all the way from Brazil. This is called Moving Pages. Check it out. It's real roller. Love it. I've got to give a shout out to my family because it's really interesting when you're in isolation as a family, as a nuclear family. The boys are actually getting on quite well. It's amazing. Like, relatively. But they are. They're sort of playing with each other and having fun. And there aren't too many stroppy tantrums. There are some, obviously, because the Secretary General's only 10, and that is an incredibly stroppy age. Especially when your brother's 13 and he's a complete geek. But they've been brilliant. This weekend, last weekend, that's just gone. It's Monday night now. I'm recording this. The Secretary General decided to put the tent up in the garden because if things had been like the way they were supposed to be, he would have been camping on a school camping weekend. So he was really looking forward to doing that with his mates. Now obviously his mates can't come and see us, and he hasn't seen them for 2 months. So he camped with the chairman on Friday night, and he camped with me last night, and he's camping with the Lady Culminator tonight. I really enjoyed it. The weather's so good at the moment, but what I love is that moment in the tent when you wake up and all you can hear is birdsong. And I live in London, southeast London, West Norwood to be precise. Not exactly the countryside, but because there's no planes in the sky, all you could hear was birds. I'm just taking the positives here, which is all you can do. Tune, Bungle, tune. Okay, so incoming is one part of the start of this podcast. Now, just before lockdown, before distancing, Hugh Hardie came in for an A&R meeting to talk about what he should do next. And should it be a single track or an EP or an album? And I said, why don't we do something really different? Because we knew lockdown was coming, you see. Like, we literally had about 2 days. And I said, why don't you, on Instagram, make a track a day for 7 days? You know, it's one of those ideas you have and you don't expect the artist to do it at all. And he was like, that's a good idea. Because Hugh, you know, he's sometimes not that prolific. It's really hard to get music out of him sometimes. Blow Me Down, he's done it. Not only has he done it, he's mixed the tunes, and they're coming out on Sunday. This is day one, and it's called Back and Forth, from the 7 Days EP, made under lockdown. There's no doubt in my mind that Hugh is an absolute genius. And why is it coming out on Sunday? Well, we kind of figured, because it's called 7 Days, and because nobody ever releases anything on Sunday, that it'd be a really, really good idea. And wasn't like in mythology, wasn't Sunday the day of rest for God because he was knackered after he created the world or something? Anyway. Yes, you. I can't wait for you to hear the rest of it. From Shelf Life 6. This is Calibre, of course. And it's called When Sunday Goes. Did you see the link there? Totally unplanned. And I've just been told that 7 tunes in 7 days includes 1 collaboration with Polar and Bryson and a recording of Hugh's cat Gretchen. Good name for a cat. Gretchen, my favourite club in Berlin. So don't forget, on Sunday, get your 7 days. Shout in from Jason Slack, who says my baby boy died recently. Oh Christ. I'm so sorry. I'd like a shout out on the podcast if possible, as he used to sit on my lap listening to hospital records all the time. His name was Alfie. Big up, Jason. I'm sending waves and waves of love. Cannot imagine what you're going through. But I really, really appreciate your shout. I've got a personal shout. I want to give a massive shout out to everyone who came down to the secret club on Saturday night and rammed it out to the rafters. I know it was a little bit of a mission to get in, and we all probably caught COVID, but what an amazing night it was. Sound system was on point. Drinks were flying, people on people's shoulders because there was no security. I mean, nobody got hurt, luckily. Anyway, I can't divulge any information about where this event takes place. It would be stupid of me. Mainly because I am fantasizing. Incoming, day 3. From the 7 tracks in 7 days EP by Hugh Hardie. This is called Klaxon. Hugh. That bit, that noise that comes in, that's genius. Now, there's some interesting debates flying around within the D&B industry at the moment, and I think the wider music industry, because everyone's desperately doing live sets for free because we haven't got any gigs, and we did have gigs and our diaries are empty and we're scared and we don't want to lose our fans, so we're all doing gigs online for free, and you lot are getting like absolutely spoiled to death around the world with DJ sets at the moment. But I just want to sow the seed in your minds that a lot of DJs can't afford to keep doing this, because for many of them it's their sole income. So I'm just going to leave that with you so you can think about it. About what it means for the future. soon come on In Perspective Records. This is Lynch, Kingsley. It's a wicked release, but I like this track, it's my favourite. This is called Distance Between Soundwaves. I just caught a moth in the studio. Big up my reflexes. Completely random and out of context, but quite weird. So the Secretary General over the last week has found the following, just walking to the shops or going with his mum to walk the dog or with me. He has found one €50 note. It's all on the pavement. The next day he found two £20 notes. And today he found a whopping great big note in the park that was Chinese currency. It was about 100,000 or something, or whatever it is. Anyway, it's worth about 15 quid. And he's 10. So he basically found about £100 in 4 or 5 days. I mean, I used to find 10p and be overjoyed. Why is everyone dropping money? And what's the point? Why is it always him who finds it? It's really hard on the chairman. He never finds money. Anyway, he did put it to good use because he came to an agreement with the chairman and they both chipped in for one of those brand new Sony headsets. You know, the kind of virtual reality ones, the white and blue ones. So fair play. He's paid his way, and it is rather good, I have to say. I have to stop myself from using it or else I'll get addicted to using it, and that'll basically be the end of me as a productive person. So yeah, the Secretary General is a lucky little sod. Long may it continue. Incoming brand new music from Dogger, Mindstate, Liam Bailey and DRS. This is called Holding Back.
He's holding back in love. its way to nothing, catching all the dark within me. Yeah. Oh, the locust, truth, it choke us. It's so fake and love. Find you anymore. I know what I'm beneath. I was so naive. Same face over lies. Yeah. I know where I belong. I need something more. Leave the room, kiss the floor. He's holding back his love, on his way to nothing, catching all the dark within him. All the locusts, truth in chokers, it's so fake and long.
He is talking about locusts, isn't he? That's brilliant. I've never heard locusts mentioned in a drum and bass song, or come to think of it, any song.
Isolation left me here alone. I got lucky and withdrawn. Maybe take the thoughts. My home's no longer broken.
I've been saving up for rainy days. The problem is that rainy days, they never came. Faking it so blatantly right to my face. Find you in a fallen grace. Naive to think things wouldn't change. Skipping past another page, full of meals I couldn't taste, for goodness sake. Complications loudly resonate within a cold embrace. Stubbornness, another thunderous move shifts I couldn't shake. Probably from the weekend and substances that I shouldn't take. Reoccurring nightmare while I'm wide awake. Running from past issues that I can't escape. Can't believe the Mona Lisa was a fake. In other words, sometimes the truth's too hard to take. Why the ones we trust to take our heart away? Why you so disgusted with the cards I play? Why the arguments erupt from darkest place? Why the ones we trust to take our heart away?
He's holding back his love, on his way to nothing, catching all the dark within him. All the locusts, truth in chokers, it's so fake and long. Been through this before. I know what I believe. I was so naive. Same face over lies. Yeah. I know where I belong. I need something more. Leave the room, kiss the floor.
Brand new music from Voltage on Souped Up. This is called Space Station. Big up Ruin Voltage, big up Mark Serum. Who's ready? Are you ready? If you're at all interested about production techniques, what goes into running a record label and various things, well, I've been in my lockdown state. uncovering absolutely loads and loads of video archive. And I'm uploading it to my YouTube channel, which I haven't touched for 7 years. But I've got it sorted out now. So there's loads of new stuff up there. And I'm also archiving some other stuff that's relevant that may have come out on Instagram. But it's kind of hard to find stuff on Instagram. But on YouTube you can kind of have, you know, playlists that each have a meaning and a thread. So do subscribe. There's going to be a lot of new content being uploaded on probably every other day, I'd say, because I do run a record label. But I would love you to subscribe. It's going to get quite interesting on there. I can't quite tell you yet why. Incoming is day 2 of the 7 days EP. 7 tracks in 7 days by Hugh Hardie, and it follows a thread actually with its name. It's called Loose Leaf. If you remember, he made a tune called Darjeeling. I do like tunes that are tea themed. A particularly fine blend. Now, Melissa says, good. Sorry for the inconvenience, but why don't you start with saying good? Anyway, sorry for the inconvenience, but I would like to know if you could send a happy birthday to my brother-in-law. His name is Gerardo Vona, and he admires you very much. He loves drum and bass, and it would be a huge favour since it would be great to give him the surprise. I look forward to your response. So I said to Melissa, where does your brother come from? And it was, do forgive me, I think it was somewhere like Venezuela or somewhere like that. And she said, why? And I said, well, one of my favourite tracks on our catalogue is called Vona by Urban Dawn. So I was wondering if there was a South American connection there. And she hadn't heard it, so I sent it to her. And she's been listening to it non-stop. That was a kind of Partridgian level, not very interesting story, but you know, little connection there. But do you agree? How can Hugh have made 7 tunes in 7 days and they all sound as good as this? There's some devilry at work. And he did actually do it, because you can see him on Instagram doing it. there's another moth fly. My studio's full of moths, help! Go away! I'm gonna have to go and deal with it. There you go, one down, 55 trillion to go. Now, another newly introduced features for 2020 is to feature a demo of the week. And we're getting some really, really good ones in. This is by Alpha Rhythm, and it's called Wardenfell, which sounds like somewhere in Lord of the Rings, although I know that it isn't, because I know Lord of the Rings. So I don't know what Wardenfell means, but it does sound kind of mystical. Remember, it's a demo. I have a feeling after it's played on this podcast, it won't be a demo for very long. And Jamie writes in to say, can I get a shout out on a podcast for all my friends at the Arran Roller Skating Club in Bognor Regis, who haven't seen each other now for 2 months due to this horrid virus. May we all roll together soon. You see, if it didn't end up in loads and loads of injured people, then I would suggest when things start happening again and people are allowed to do things, I would suggest a drum and bass roller disco. But of course what will happen is loads of people will break their legs. So it's not a very good idea, although it sounds good. I've got to give a shout out to Pioneer for making the RX2 unit that I use for the podcast. I bought this one for my house because, well, they've given us quite a lot of equipment for the hospital studio and I felt really bad about asking for more. So it's only fair. Even though they're a giant company. But they're being really helpful with some technical support issues as well. So really, really well-run company. This is More Voltage from his EP on Suit Up. This is called Cold Air. Oh my gosh! I'm glad it's coming out of the Suit Up and not hospital. Megan would have a fit! That's a good move, Rune, though, because if you'd put that in your album folder, then yeah, you'd be getting it.
What's going on?
Oh yes. Brand new music by Archetype. This is called Mind Loop. Yes, I just caught another moth with my bare hand. That's 2 air catches and 1 wall swat. I'm now staring around the studio, kind of like moth hunting. Found one. 3 more off the ceiling. The good thing about these moths is that they just sit there so you can squash them, but trouble is, by the time you see them, they've already laid their eggs. Apparently it's a worldwide phenomenon. This tube is sick. Archetype, mind loop. And I totally forgot to write down the labels, so apologies for that. But it's bad. Oh yeah, big shout out to my good friend John B, who has finished his live stream studio that he built in the attic in his new house. I've been following him on Instagram, watching him build it. It's amazing. The guy's amazing. Now, 10 years ago, we released a 12-inch. On one side was the Ill Skills remix of Warehouse by Logistics, and on the other side was this. It's 1 and 2 by Johnny L. Two, of course, was from Sick Music. The compilation series that has gone on to spawn so many hit records in drum and bass. Kind of reminds me of the Underworld. Shouting from Robert Putnick, who says, "Hey Tony, can I have this shout out in the next podcast please? Thank you for uploading videos to YouTube, finally, after all this time. Your clip of Spoken in Estonia brought back so many good memories. I really look forward to your show this spring, but obviously quarantine messed up all our plans up. I was supposed to be going this weekend actually. Anyway, do you remember in the end you gave me the microphone and you told us to sing something? And I had nothing in my mind, so I started singing a children's song, Frere Jaka, the Estonian version, called Sepa Possid. I do remember that. It was quite a surreal moment. Big up to my girlfriend who studies hard to become a dentist one day. Well, at least someone's going to earn the cash. I wish anyone good luck. Wear masks, keep your distance, and stay safe. I need to echo that because I do not want any of you listeners to start thinking that because isolation's been going on for 2 months, it's sort of alright out there, but nothing's changed. It's looking like schools aren't going to go back till September. So, please, when you leave your house, this is the only way to not get the virus, is to assume that every single surface you see has got the virus on it already. And every single person you see is infected with the virus. That way, you won't catch it, because if you touch something like a gatepost or a handle, or you brush against another person, you'll know that you've done it, you'll know that there might be a virus there, and you certainly won't put your hand anywhere near your face because you'll be wearing a mask anyway. And don't pick your nose, and don't touch your eyes. But if you base your life on those assumptions right now, then when you get to somewhere where you can reliably wash and disinfect, do so. Brand new music from Original Sin. This is called Rewind. It's coming out on Players, and it is an absolute banger.
They could mean rewind, 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 rewind.
Oh my gosh. You see, it works. It works. It had to be done. Shout to Kevin at Players and Pascal. Shout to Dom Original Sin. And Adam Watson says, can I get a shout out? I've been a big drum and bass fan, listening for 3 years now. It got me through some hard times, even got to play a bit of drum and bass when my beautiful little girl was born. Big thanks for podcasts, and stay safe everybody. And Gabby Leeming says, hello, good evening. My partner Luke Cowley is a massive fan of yours, and while he's been listening, I have also been listening. You're great. Keep up the good work. I was wondering if I could get a shout out to him, please. It was our 8th anniversary on the 5th of May, and we were meant to be in Bali to celebrate. Oh. I'm sorry, Gabby. It's a first world problem, but I'm really, really sorry.
They could mean rewind, 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 rewind.
I hope you got your money back on the flights and holiday. Most companies are kind of pulling a fast one and just offering vouchers. You are allowed to get your money back. so you can insist. Which brings me to my last tune in the podcast, and I've hardly given you any information from the notes that have been lovingly typed out by Matt Lally in our promo department, so I better have a look to see if there's anything important I've missed. Oh yeah, there's a massive metric tune coming up. It's not out till the 26th of June. And it's the title track of his next album, which comes out on the same day. It's available right now to pre-order or pre-save. And keep an eye out for Metric's live streams on Thursdays. They are very good and very professional. And his technical dexterity with the live stream equipment makes me quite jealous. Actually, I'm hoping to by the time I've learned how to live stream, no one's going to be doing it anymore. Anyway, I need an angle. I think there's too many just DJ live streams. There has to be something else. So. Yeah, anyone who's got any ideas on what isn't being done that they want to be done on live stream, oh God, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? By me, let me know. I will not take my clothes off. And I guess it should be related in some way to what I do, which is drum and bass, hospital, music. Right, this is really nice. This is by a new act called Tatora, and it's called Believe. It's the last tune of this podcast. I'm going to leave you with it. Enjoy yourselves, be good, stay safe, one love.
The lights in the sky. You said, baby, close your eyes.
There's one shout that I forgot. It's from Mark Loudon. This came in today. I like this one. Hello, Tony. I just felt compelled to write you a quick email to say that I'm really enjoying your podcasts. They're getting me through some challenging times and brightening up my day. I work in the community as a mental health nurse in Manchester, and it's really tough trying to deliver care to people in the current climate, but we're doing the best we can. Please remind your listeners to always reach out if they are struggling. Help is always available. Do not suffer in silence. Keep up the great work. You're an inspiration and breath of fresh air. And what you said about growing up in the last podcast is so true. Take care, my man. Mark Loudon. It's true, though. Just because in the headlines all you see is coronavirus and COVID, it's tempting to think that other illnesses and other conditions don't exist anymore. Well, they do. And the NHS is full of specialists who treat them. And a lot of them haven't got that much to do because people in the public think they shouldn't go and see someone about their back or their leg or their eye or whatever because they're going to use up valuable NHS time. Well, those are specialists who are trained in a particular area and they're there for you. That's what the NHS is all about. So keep your appointment and, go and see a doctor. Go and see, it doesn't matter what it's about. It doesn't have to be anything to do with coronavirus. That's just the kind of flu-y virus that's in the headlines and it's particularly nasty. But look after yourselves, please. One love.